Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm about to take you from New Orleans to Chicago. We're going to make a Chicago beef and we're going to make a shrimp po' boy. So stay tuned to this episode. It's going to be really neat. You know, I got a great idea. I thought to myself, you know, sometimes New Orleans shrimp po' boys are very good. People really like them. However, I thought, why not kick it up to another level? So I decided to do my barbecue shrimp instead of fried shrimp. So I take my shrimp, put it in my butter with my garlic, take a little seasoning and put it on there, add a little Worcestershire sauce to it. And this is the same way I make barbecue shrimp at the restaurant, but I don't use, but normally what I do is I use scallions. But I don't think I need scallions with this because I'm already going to have onions on the sandwich. So, take my shrimp, cook them down, give them some flavor. So this is something that's going to be different because, you know, New Orleans barbecue shrimp, our shrimp po' boys are just fried shrimp. And of course they have good flavor because they use the seasonings in them. But I'm just going to do a little something different for you today. So while that's cooking, we're going to dress our bread. We take our bread and we pop it in the oven. The whole idea is that you get a nice crust. Some people use big loaves of French bread like this. This is really good bread. It's delicious, but it's a little bit too doughy for a po' boy. So we use a smaller French roll. Now to the po' boy sandwich, what I'm going to add is I'm going to add tomatoes, lettuce, onions, remoulade sauce, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little Old Bay with it, okay? So let's take our roll out of the oven now that it's toasted. See, you've got a nice crispness to the outside now. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of the broth and we're going to put it on the bread, which is different because usually what happens is you usually use a remoulade. Now remoulade is like a spicy mustard type dressing that you would put on with a little bit of kick of mayonnaise with a little kick of mustard. But what we do is we use a little low country aioli at the restaurant. And I find that to be a lot smoother and a lot more flavorful. So now, what I'll do is I'll take some of this broth and I'll spoon it on the bread. Now I was thinking when I was making the Chicago beef, I thought, you know, the gravy or the sauce is the key to a good Chicago beef sandwich. So I thought to myself, why not use the barbecued shrimp sauce on the bread for a po' boy? Now, I'll take this and I'll start to dress it traditionally because I'll take our low country aioli and I'll put it on there. Now mind you, anyway, keep in mind that now underneath that creamy mayo is a lot of great flavor, something different. So then I'm gonna put some more remoulade on the bottom. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of Old Bay. I'm gonna sprinkle it on. Then I'm gonna take fresh tomato slices, put them on the top with some red onion. Boy, this is looking good, isn't it? And then I'm gonna take some lettuce and I'm gonna put my lettuce on the bottom. Now, we've got everything in there, and remember, in this top part, there's that good barbecue shrimp sauce. Now, here come the star of the show, the shrimp. Now remember, they're not fried. I did that by design. I know that you're not supposed to do that for a po' boy, but I just thought, what the heck? I think I might have created something new. Whoops, there goes one to the side. Let me get this one. All right, now you have a barbecue shrimp po' boy. Think about it, maybe you want to try it at home. Next up, Chicago beef. Okay, remember that shrimp po' boy that you saw, you can get that same sandwich at Montano's, but it's with the fried shrimp and it's made in a little bit more traditional fashion. Next up is Chicago beef. Now, I like Chicago beef with slow roasted beef. I don't think it's as good with sliced roast beef, okay? Because I think the roasted beef, when you use the onion and you use the fresh oregano and you let it simmer all day in a crock pot, I think that makes the best sandwich. Now in Chicago, you can have them dipped or you can have them dunked, and that means in the juice from the meat that's cooked. So what I like to do is after I use my chuck, I put it in here. It's got all kinds of flavor from all of the vegetables and everything, and I press it down like that and just let it suck up that juice. Press it down like this, okay, and just let it sit there and just let it soak up all that juice. Now, I think the way that I do it with this juice, it gives it, well, it's easier to eat. Obviously, when somebody's talking about dunking your sandwich, I don't know about that because it's going to go everywhere. But, you know, that's fun. That's part of the romance of the sandwich. Now what I'm going to do is after I put this provolone on, I'm going to put it in the oven. And then I'm going to let this cheese melt. Like I say, in Chicago, it's a very popular sandwich along with the Chicago dogs and different things like that, deep dish pizza. Now there's a craze going on in Chicago with the Italian beef. What it is you can either use giardiniera, which is this relish right here. You can use these sweet peppers, which are these, and some people are doing the Chicago beef with an Italian sausage in it. Now what is giardiniera? Giardiniera are just chopped vegetables, cucumbers, cauliflower, carrots, roasted red peppers, and they make a relish out of it. So it's a beautiful relish, and it has olive oil and it has oregano and it's got spices. Now you can either order your giardiniera sweet or you can order it spicy. But be careful, because if you ever order giardiniera spicy, man, it is so hot, okay? So just be careful. So I haven't had the Italian beef with the Italian sausage in it yet. I'm tempted to do it today, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a combination of the sweet peppers with the giardiniera, okay? So let's get these rolls out of the oven, and then I'll start to put this thing together for you. Now look how good this meat looks. Look how nice, juicy, flavorful, tender, and you get that from slow roasting and slow cooking. So here's your bun with your jus, your melted cheese, which I like the melted cheese. Some people, don't like it. But I do. And then what I like to do is go ahead and put the giardiniera on, which is traditional, okay? You're not supposed to have a Chicago beef without Italian giardiniera, but like I say, there's so many people who do them so many different ways. Then I'm gonna take some sweet peppers, put some sweet peppers on. So you got sweet peppers and giardiniera, which is a combo. Then I'm gonna take this nice beef. Look at this, man. This is awesome, isn't it? And I'm gonna put it on the sandwich. Should I put the Italian sausage on? I don't know. I guess, you know what I think I might do? I think I might go ahead and try it. How about that? Now, if that's not a good looking sandwich, I don't know what is. So remember, come to my restaurant, try the Italian beef. And I want to thank you guys. You guys are great. You guys have given me a lot of energy, renewed my passion, and I'm having so much fun doing this from my home. So don't forget to subscribe to Marty's Place, and I'll see you next episode. Hey everyone, welcome to my home, and thank you for tuning into another episode of Marty's Place. Today we're going to do Alabama red shrimp rolls. Alabama red shrimp are a deep water shrimp that have a lovely red hue. They're caught in deep waters off the coast of Alabama, and the flavor resembles lobster. So what you're going to see me do today is going to be similar to a New England lobster roll, but with a little twist. So let's get started. Here's our beautiful royal red shrimp. See the pink hue? Doesn't that look appetizing? Then I've got several things to put with it. Obviously I've got celery that I'm going to put with it. I've got onion, just like a little salad, okay, with the mayonnaise like you would do a lobster roll. So here's the mayonnaise, and we'll put this into the bowl. And while this is getting started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my rolls in a little bit of butter and let them cook. Now, you get your pan hot, you put your rolls in, but you don't keep them on the heat because all they need to do is toast lightly and absorb the butter. I turn these off, then they lightly toast, and that's what I want. Then I'm going to finish the rest of the dish. Now, these things are very versatile because with springtime coming, that means cookouts. And they're so good because a lot of times you'll bring shrimp to a cookout, but it won't be the shrimp that people really want if you buy that roll or that round container of shrimp from the grocery store, because everybody knows those are kind of wet and spongy, and when you eat those, the only way you know they're shrimp is basically the cocktail sauce. So these Alabama Royal Reds taste like lobster. They're a lot less expensive, okay? And I know nowadays that's important. So in go my shrimp, okay? Then I'm gonna take a little bit of jalapeno pepper, and I'm gonna have a little bit of red onion. Doesn't this look good so far? Then I'm gonna do a combination of a little parsley, a little mint, and a little celery, okay? Now the celery that I'm using are the tops, the leaves of the celery, just like this, okay? So then I'm going to use some actual chopped celery. I've got some lemon zest, the zest of 2 lemons. So see, this is coming together great. I know when you're watching this, you're probably thinking, I bet you that's going to be so good. And you're right. Now I've got a little bit of white pepper, and we're going to put a little bit of salt. Don't put too much salt, because remember, you could always add it if you need it later. Then a little bit of a different ingredient, I'm going to put some honey in it, okay? So here goes the honey in there. This is all looking so good. And who would have thought really to add honey to this dish? But it works great. Then a few dashes of hot sauce. I use Louisiana Cajun hot sauce. The juice of the 2 lemons, a little bit of red wine vinegar, okay, so now you've seen how I put this together. Now let's mix it up. This is looking awesome, isn't it? And like I say, this is my version or my take of a New England lobster roll. But it's made with shrimp. And like I say, it's just a lot less expensive. So the next step is to go over to the saute pan where the rolls are. Look at how beautiful that these rolls finished. Okay? And that's exactly what I want. I want a light toast on them, and that's all you need. Now, if you were here in my kitchen, you could smell the butter. I mean, it's just awesome. And what you do is you just take a little bit of your mixture, put it on each roll, and of course you top the roll. And if you want to, you can use the split top rolls, like the Pepperidge Farm split top. You can use those, but I find that when you use those, you can't get that nice buttery texture and crust. Now let me fold over these delicious Alabama Royal Red Shrimp Rolls. They look, smell, and taste fantastic. I highly recommend them because when you're looking for something different, these are the ticket. Now pairing that with a wine would be a French Chablis that is absolutely delicious. This is just a crisp, dry, and steely wine that is just wonderful. Now remember, if you're going to a picnic, like I said, shrimp cocktail is sometimes, you can bring. But when you bring these, you can cut them into individual bites. And I tell you what, they have a great flavor, and I know you're looking for something that's a little bit more unique. So consider these as being really unique. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click below. Until next time, I'm Marty Montano, and bon appetit.